Hey, what's up, everyone? This is James, and this is Reading English 100 Days Challenge. Today is day 15. Welcome. We make a lot of progress since I think last month. I can only do this one at a time. Sometimes we jump days. Okay, here we go. As we talked last time, we already finished the marketing 4.0, and uh, f- maybe sometimes later we're gonna do some review on marketing 4.0. Because one time reading is not enough for you to really get the essence of that great book. Okay, so this time I'm gonna read. I picked another one is Marketing Insights from A to Z by Philip Kotler. He has been a great, you know, guru in the marketing field. So I think this is quite a good book to read. So Marketing Insights from A to Z. Let's start from page 32. Hi there, how's it going? Why are you here? Clients, no. The better the product, the less that has to be spent. The less that has to be spent advertising it. The better the product, the less that has to be spent advertising it. The best advertising is done by your satisfied customers. Okay, so there's no need for advertising agencies or any other vendor and production house because the best advertising is done by your customers. The stronger your customer loyalty, the less you have to spend on advertising. First, most of your customers will come back without you doing any advertising. Is there Apple? No. Even Apple cannot deliver that kind of product or services. So I don't buy it. Second, most customers, because of their high satisfaction, are doing the advertising for you. That's true. In addition, advertising often attracts deal prone customers who will fit in and out in search of a bargain. There are legions of people who love advertising whether or not it works. But I don't mean those who need a commercial to provide a bathroom break from the soap opera. My later friend and mentor, Dr. Stuart Henderson, Dr. Stuart Henderson Britt, passionately believed in advertising. Doing business without advertising is like winking at a girl in the dark. You know what you are doing, but nobody else does. The advertising agency's mantra is early to early to bed, easily to rise, work work like hell, advertise. What? The advertising agency's mantra is early to bed? Early to bed? Really? Early to rise. Work like hell. That's true. Advertise. But I still advise make good advertising, not bad advertising. David Ogilvy cautioned never write an advertisement which you wouldn't want your own family to read. You wouldn't tell lies to your own wife. You wouldn't tell lies to your own wife. Don't tell them don't tell them to mine. You wouldn't tell lies to your own wife. Really? Okay, that's true. Don't tell them to mine. Augury cheated ad makers who seek awards, not sales. The advertising business is being poured down by the people who created it. We don't know how to sell anything, who have never sold anything in their lives, who, despite selling, whose mission in life is to be clever show offs and con clients into giving them money to display their originality and genesis and genius, their originality and genius. Those who love advertising can point to many cases where it worked brilliantly. Marlboro cigarettes, Absolute vodka, Volvo automobiles. It it also works in the following cases. A company advertised for a security guard. The next day, it was robbed. If you think advertising doesn't pay, we understand there are 25 mountains in Colorado higher than Pike Peaks. Can you name one? Those, if you think advertising doesn't pay, those against too much reliance on advertising are found of quoting John Wanamaker of department store fame. John Wanamaker, I know that half the money I spend on advertising is wasted, but I can never find out which half. What should you develop your advertising? You have to make decisions on the five M's of advertising: mission, message, media, money, and measurement. Okay, John Wanamaker. John Wanamaker of department store fame. I know that half of the money I spend on advertising is wasted, but I can never find out which half. How should you develop your advertising? You have to make decisions on the five M's of advertising: mission, message, media, money, and measurements. The ad's mission can be one of the four: to inform, persuade, remind, and reinforce a purchase decision. Wow, this is so powerful. The ad's mission can be one of four: to inform, persuade, remind, and reinforce a purchase decision. With a new product, you want to inform and or persuade. With an old product like Coca-Cola, you want to remind. With some products just bought, you want to reassure the purchaser and reinforce the decision. The message must communicate the brand's distinctive value in words and pictures. Any message should be tested with target audience using a set of six questions. The media must be chosen for their ability to reach the target market cost effectively. Besides the classic Besides the classic media of newspapers, magazines, radio, television, and billboards, there's a flurry of new ideas. There's a flurry of new media, sorry, including email, faxes, telemarketer, digital magazines, in-store ads, advertisement message test. What is the main message you get from this ad? What do you think the advertiser wants you to know, believe, or do? How likely is it that this ad will influence you or undertake the implied action? What works? What works well in the ad and what works poorly? How does the ad make you feel? Where is the best place to reach you with this message, where would you be most likely to notice it and pay attention to it? Advertising now popping up in skyscraper elevators and bathrooms. Media selection is becoming a major challenge. A company works with the media department of an ad agency to define how much reach, frequency, and impact the ad campaign should achieve. Suppose you want your advertising campaign to deliver at least one exposure to 60% of the target market, consisting of 1 million people. This is six this is 600,000 exposures, but you want the average person to see your ads 3 times during the campaign. That is 1,080,000 exposures, but it might take 6 exposures for the average person to notice your ad 3 times. Thus, you need 3,600,000 exposures. And suppose you want to use a high impact media vehicle costing $20 per thousand exposures, then the campaign should cost 20 $7,200 dollars. What? 20 times. Oh, okay. Notice that your company should use the same budget to reach more people with less frequency, or to reach more people with lower impact media vehicles. They are trade-offs amount, reach, frequency, and impact. Next is money. The ad the ad budget is arrived at by pricing the reach, frequency, and impact decisions. This budget must take into account that the company has to pay for ad production and other costs. A welcome trend will be that advertisers paying advertising agencies on a pay for performance basis. This would be reasonable because the agencies claim that their creative ad campaigns will increase the company's sales. So pay the agency a 80% commission if sales increase, a normal 15% commission if sales remain the same, and a 13% commission with a warning if sales have fallen. Of course, the agency will say that other forces caused the drops in sales, and even that the drop would have been deeper had it not been for the ad campaign. Not for measurement, not now for measurement. Ad campaigns require pre-measurement and post-measurement. Ad mockups can be tested for communication effectiveness using recall, recognition, and persuasion measures. Post-measurements strive to calculate the communications or sales impact of the ad campaign. This is difficult to do, though, particularly with image ads. For example, how can Coca-Cola measure the impact of a picture of a Coke bottle on the back page of a magazine on which the company spent 1700 300 10,000 30 70,000 to 70,000 dollars to $70 to $70,000 to influence purchases. At 70 cents a bottle, at 70 cents a bottle and 10 cents of profit per bottle, Coke would have sold seven 700,000 additional bottles to cover $70,000 cost of the ad. I just don't believe that the ad will sell 100,000 extra bottles of Coke. Excuse me for 1 second. Companies must try, of course, to measure results of each ad medium and vehicle. If online promotions are drawing in more prospects than TV ads, adapt your budget in favor of the former. Don't maintain a fixed allocation of your advertising budget. Move ad money into the media that are producing the best response. One thing is certain, advertising dollars are wasted when spent to advertise inferior and distinct and dis and indistinct products. Pepsi Cola spent $100 million to launch Pepsi One, and it failed. In fact, the quickest way to kill a poor product is to advertise it. In fact, the quickest way to kill a pro a poor the quickest way to kill a poor product is to advertise it. More people will try the product sooner and tell others faster how bad it or irrelevant it is. How much should you spend on advertising? If you spend too little, you are spending too much because no one noticed it. $1 million of TV advertising will hardly be noticed. But if you spend too many millions, your profits will suffer. Most ad agencies push for a big bang budget, and while this may be noticed, it hardly moves sales. It is hard to measure something that can't be measured. Stan Rapp and Thomas and Collins put their fingers on the problem in the book Beyond Max Beyond Max AI marketing. Beyond Max put their fingers on the problem and put their finger on the problem in their book Beyond Max marketing. We are simply emphasize the result, the research. We are simply emphasizing the research often goes to great lengths to measure irrelevant things, including people's opinion about advertising or their memories of it rather than their actions as a result of it. Will mass advertising diminish in its influence and use? I think though. People are increasingly cynical about and increasingly inattentive to advertising. One of its former major spender, Sergio Zielman, ex 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 vice president of Coca-Cola, said recently, advertising, as you know it, is that he didn't redefine advertising. Advertising is a lot more than just television commercials. It includes branding, packaging, celebrity spokesperson, sponsorship, publicity. What he is really doing is defining marketing. A major limitation of advertising is that it constructs a monologue as evidence Most ads do not contain a telephone number or email address to enable the customers to respond. What's a lot of opportunity for the company to learn something from a customer. Marketing consultant Regis McKenna 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 observed, we are witnessing the obsolescence of advertising. The new marketing requires a feedback loop. It is this element that is missing from the monologue of advertising. We are witnessing the obsolescence of advertising. The new marketing requires a feedback loop. It is this element that is missing from the monologue of advertising.
Don't forget to drop the trash.
What?
It's time.
百广业艾特了我，
那你不要去忘了扔垃圾，是不是？
快，百广业让你去晾衣服。
Please help me open it.
Brands. Everything is a brand. Shit. Everything is a brand. 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 Coca-Cola, FedEx, Porsche, New York City, the United States, McDonald's, and you. Yes, you. A brand is any label that carries meanings and associations. A great brand does more. It lends coloration. It lends coloration and resonance to a product or services. A great brand does more. It lends coloration. Hell, what is coloration? Coloration.
Coloration.
Really? Coloration? When violet is added to the medium blue to the medium blue, a particularly striking warm coloration. A great brand does more. It lends coloration and resonance. It lends 这句话什么意思啊？ it lends coloration and resonance to a product or service. It lends coloration and resonance to a product or services. Russell Hanlon, the CEO of Sunkist Grower, observed, an orange is an orange is an orange, unless that orange happens to be Sunkist, a name 80% of the customers know and trust. We can say that the same about Starbucks. There's coffee and there's Starbucks coffee. A brand's important. Rebuttal Guznata, the late CEO of Coca-Cola, commented, all our factories and facilities could burn down tomorrow, but you will hardly touch the value of the company. All that actually lies in the goodwill of our brand franchise and the collective knowledge in the company. and the booklet by J&J reaffirms this. Our company's name and trademark are by far our most valuable assets. 对吧？这个这么难看？哎呦我操！The sign of a great brand is how much loyalty. The sign of a great brand is how much loyalty or preference it commands. Harley Davidson is a great brand because Harley Davidson motorcycle owners really switch to another brand. Nor do Apple Macintosh users want to switch to Microsoft. A well-known brand fetches extra pennies. A well-known brand fetches extra pennies. The aiming of branding according to one cynic, is to get more money of a product than it is worth. Is to get more money for a product than it is worth. But this is a narrow view of the benefits that a trusted brand confers on users. The user knows by the brand names, the product quality and features to expect the services that will be rendered. And this is worth extra pennies. A brand saves people time, and this is worth money. Neil Fendergaard, chairman of Unilever, observed a brand is a storehouse of trust that matters more and more as choices multiply. We want to simplify their lives. The brand amounts to a contract with the customer regarding how the brand will perform. The brand construct must be honest. Motel 6, for example, offers clean rooms, low prices, and good service, but does not imply that the furnituring are luxurious and the bathroom is large. How are brands viewed? It's a mistake to think that advertising views the brand. Advertising only calls attention to the brand. It might even create brand interest and brand talk. Brands are viewed holistically through the orchestration of a variety of tools, including advertising, public relations, sponsorship events, social courses, clubs, spokespersons, and so on. The real challenge is not in placing an ad, but to join the media talking talking about the brand. Media journalists are on the outlook of interesting products or services, such as Palm Virginia, Starbucks, eBay. A new brand should strive to establish a new category, have an interesting name, and tell a fascinating story. If print and TV will pick up the story, people will hear about it and tell their friends. Learning about a brand from others creates credibility. Learning about it only through paid advertising is easy to dismiss because of the biased nature of advertising. Don't advertise the brand, live it. Ultimately, the brand is viewed by your employees who deliver a positive experience to the customers. Did the brand experience live up to the brand promise? Did the brand experience live up to the brand promise? This is why companies must orchestrate the brand experience with the brand promise. Choosing a good brand names help. Choosing a good brand name helps. A customer panel was shown the pictures of two beautiful women and ask who more beautiful. The vote split 50-50. Then the experimenter named one woman Jennifer and the other what? Gertrude. The woman named Jennifer subsequently received 80% of the votes. Great brands are the only route to sustained above average profitability, and great brands present emotional benefits, not just rational benefits. Too many managers focus on rational incentives such as brand features, price, and sales promotions, which contribute little to growing the brand customer relationship. Great brands work more on emotions, and in the future, great brands will show social responsibility, a caring concern for people and the state of the world. A company needs to think through what its brand is supposed to mean. What should Sony mean? Burger King mean? Cadillac? Richard Branson's Virgin brand is about fun and creativity. These attributes are projected in all Virgin's marketing activities. Some of Virgin's Atlantic Airways flights include messages, live rock bands, and casinos. Flight attendants are fun loving and enjoy joking with the passengers. Branson's used public relationship to project his daring, such as attempting to fly around the world in a hot air balloon. To launch Virgin Bride, Branson dressed up in drag as a bride. Brand means a brand must be given a personality. It must it must thrive on some traits, and the traits must precolorate through all the company's marketing activities. Once you define the attributes of your brand, you need to express them in every marketing activity. Your people must live out this brand spirit at the corporate level and at job specific level. Thus, if your company brands itself as innovating, then you must hire, train, and reward people for being innovative. And being innovative must be defined for every job position, including the production services supervisor, the van driver, and the accountant, and the salesperson. The brand personality must be carried out by the company's partners as well. The company cannot allow its dealers to compromise the brand by engaging in price cutting against other dealers. They must represent the brand properly and deliver the expected brand experience. When a brand is successful, the company will want to put the brand name on additional products. The brand name may be put on products launched in the same category, in a new category, line extension, brand extension, or even in a new industry, brand stretch. Oh, it's already 35 minutes. I think that's it for today. Thanks and see you next time.